close already. Hello. Hi, we're back. We're here for the third installment of the week. And we're gonna do meaning now, because we just did things, value, why, and meaning. This is a very loose play on the noun for things, you know. Is value a thing? Is it an object? I'm treating it like an object within the context of a lot of different things. What about why? The why of things mattering, you know, meaning. And of course, the actual content of what I'm saying is the part that is about things. Don't know if you caught that, but yeah, we weren't being super literal with this one. It made the images harder to draw. I will give it that. Whoa, that was full screen. That was a mistake. Okay, well anyway, yes, this last one, meaning and the hipster movement, what handcraft can teach us about human evaluation of objects, and why the future is so bright within the context of 3D printing and waste reclamation. I know I've told everybody all this already, so I probably sound like a super broken record at this point. But I just want you to take heart. I know I always say that, but I do want you to take heart in the sense that, yeah, bitch, like, we had the hipster movement. Like, that happened. That's huge. I know we all, like, kind of disdained the hipsters or, like, joked about them wanting everything to be so handcrafted or whatever, but, like, the fact that they paid intentional, thoughtful attention to every part of the process of crafting something as a model for small business, basically. That was huge. That was huge. That changed our economy, like, irrevocably. And it changed our ability to lie to ourselves about our values and how they're showing up in what we buy. I think Amazon's a great example of that. Walmart is too, but like anything that is the consideration of farm to table, right? Or this idea of like from nothing, who made it, what did they do with it, what's the story behind this object, whose hands have been involved in the creation of this object, really valuing that whole process flies in the face of slave labor used to construct the various components of your cell phone, right? So that's big. The fact that we had that movement is a hugely good sign for us as people. It means we're headed in the right direction. I know these things feel small things on which to pin our hopes, but it was a revitalization of care in the entire process of the creation of something. And we should care about the entire process. You can totally link this to like having babies and consent movements. We should care about the whole part of the process of that because we know we get better children when they're loved. It's very simple stuff. And I think the fact that it is so simple makes it feel so overwhelmingly exhausting, so overwhelmingly depressing when we consider the challenges we face collectively in the consequences of our outrageous consumer behaviors, or I would argue just our outlandish desire to know what's out there. And this goes beyond the hipster movement. You see this valuation of the process of the creation of things, of the story of things. You see it everywhere. Everywhere, especially in the young who have like an interestingly formed attachment to material objects, having been raised in more digital environments. And that can be a positive. It can be useful. It can be harnessed as a powerful example of which parts of our society really require physical material manifestation and which ones don't. I think we're kind of scared, like, collectively to start having that conversation, even though it's been implied for a long time. Because what if our favorite things become something that, like, the world decides doesn't need to exist in the material realm because it can't exist digitally? As you might imagine, I think about that a lot when it comes to, like, books. I fucking love books. I love owning books. I support books, like, I support libraries, but I love bookstores. I love being able to buy books and for them to be mine, and, like, for me to physically own them. And every day, I think that the rainforest is probably fucking mad at me for that, you know? And, like, fair. It should be mad at me for that. I want to kill its brethren and make, like, books out of it while, you know, other industries make rampant overuse of their pulp. Fucking use hemp. Deregulate hemp. For God's sake. I would read hemp books. This is why my love of weed is so strong, to be honest. I'm like, no, what they did to weed was too unacceptable. I think a huge part of the resistance to the handcrafting movement, especially from, like, the perspective of like watching hipster culture unfold, you know, the people that I saw who were the most resistant to this phenomenon or fad, you know, besides the ones who just, like, do not like fads as categorically, like, they hate seeing the majority hop on, you know, any kind of train. They're the type of people who are like, wake up, sheeple, right? All the time. You can't have fun with those people. You know, they just don't. They don't know when to be unserious, I guess. But outside of that, I think there was resistance to the hipster movement in the sense that, like, oh, well, if we're gonna get that technical about the process of how something was made and, like, how we value it and to what degree we value it based on all these different factors, right? If we're gonna get that technical, that opens up trade restriction on entirely new levels. It just does. Nobody's ready to handle that. And it also opens people up for ridicule on a whole bunch of new levels nobody's really ready to deal with. Like, as far as defending your purchasing practices to others goes. And I know for a fact that when I said, like, you know, we should just basically stick to handcrafting and 3D printing, there's a significant amount of people who do not like that idea, because what if we hate the 3D printers? What if we hate the base model? What if we want more choice? What if we want more of a free market? And like, I gotta tell you, you're kind of thinking too small. Like, the 3D printers of Detroit are just gonna be different than the 3D printers in LA. They're gonna just be different. People are gonna make things differently still. It's gonna be okay. You can just pay to get the Detroit version. You can pay to get some other version. People have their own 3D printers. You can pay for that too. But if everything at base model is free, if it can be made to be free, there's plenty of people who are not gonna pay for that. What if all, like, kitchen appliances were free at the base model? And the base model is solid, you know, it'll last 5 to 9 years. Maybe it'll even last longer than that. Maybe it's meant to last a lifetime. It's built to last a lifetime, even if it was mass produced. What's with the whole object permanence problem? Oh, that's not what it's called. Planned obsolescence. What's with that, you know? Like, why? Why not planned non-obsolescence for free? And then anything else is like, you know, kind of a bit more free market, but you still have to have a baseline standard for something. Like, the planned obsolescence thing is fucking evil, considering that most of it runs on slave labor. It's so deeply evil. I feel like most people that I know would be super stoked to like have a free apartment with free appliances, free base model of like most things that most people actually use and need. And they'd be stoked to spend their money on experiences. They'd be stoked to travel more, to do, oh my god, so much more. And they would also, I'm positive, be happy to supply some volunteer time to maintaining public spaces. You know, you can do the flowers. You can do the baskets that hang from the little lamp posts, you know? You can be a light person. I don't know if we'll bring back town criers, but if we do, like, you could be one of them. We're still gonna need people to, like, handle trash and sort it. We're gonna need more people to do that, actually, if we're gonna like do it ethically and in robust enough industry model to actually supply all those 3D printers that are reclaiming recycled material. But like, it's very possible to do. We just need to massively change our value system and infrastructure to be able to support that kind of thing. And then just imagine everything that you owned that was handmade, you knew the exact story of and who it was, and just all of these magical little additional details. Like, that would just add so much sense of value and meaning to somebody's life, to know that, like, not only were they so interconnected with the general population in the sense that we all kind of share some of the same basic, like, objects, like the exact copies even, but that every part that was ours was handmade by somebody in our life, like, or somebody we spoke to, or somebody we encountered during travels. Like, that is an elevated human experience, right? Half of our struggle is that we feel like we're just surrounded by trash all the time. We have a bunch of stuff that we kind of bought only because we half thought we might need it, and it's taking up space and we don't get the full use out of it, and we never have time to really explore all those craft projects. So why do we even buy the crafts in the first place? Like, there is so much waste going on in our life, and we know it. We're surrounded by it. Even if we're not literally hoarders, we're emotionally experiencing what being in a hoarding house feels like. Like, that is how it is for everyone, with the knowledge of how our things are constructed and designed and abused and turned into refuse. You know what's actually a valuable resource? Like, actually? Even outside of the land and outside of the water? Although that is, like, really intense. It's our unique minds. That's so obvious, too, in this technological age. Oh no, we're in fucking... I'm gonna say it. We're in Metropolitan. I said it. Fuck. I'm in so much trouble. Oh boy, so much trouble. Wow. Oh, I'm in danger. I'm Ralph Wiggum. Ralph Wigguming. So, ow. Anyway, God, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, where am I going next with this? And I'm looking at it. I'm like, are you kidding me? Okay, I need a break. Okay. Back again. So finishing our discussion about meaning. This was such a hard, triple set to do because well, I'm trying to draw a lot of concepts together. Sorry, it's like Easter. It's Easter Sunday and it's 420, so I'm just like, it's carry a poem in your pocket day, it's Hitler's birthday of all things, and it's like the fucking stoner holiday. Those are the things I know about this day today, and it also happens to be Easter and Passover. Like, I can't get over it. And I like really worry all the time that I'm upsetting the wrong people, because like I can draw really interesting associations. That spark like new ideas for people in positions of like either knowing or power or both. It's a scary time, and the things I'm saying are scary. Scary to hear cohesively like said all together in one. But yeah, I think the main thing that I was going for in the last, or in the first 16 minutes here, I know it's like such a weird drop in tone because the whole day has passed for me, but not for you. I'm just gonna smoosh them together. So leaving rest notes for a transition. There's just been a lot going on, you know? In the world. In my life. I'm overwhelmed. I'm burning out. Crash out cozy hour. I was just thinking about how I should probably eat a banana. Get some potassium in me. Yeah, main thing I was getting at yesterday was that these markets are too new. Too new. They run on too little resources. Jesus, is this even worth it? Like, let me drink some water. It's such a spiritual holiday for so many people. It's such a big day. I just can't, I can't do this recording. I gave myself a little extra time because I did the other two and I uploaded them. So, probably just put this back up tomorrow. But I'm just I love the magnets on my fridge and the things that they hold up. They're just so sweet. They're so good. It's like me and my friends. Advice from the wolf. Me and my mom. Can just feel all my understanding of war changing and this paradigm shift sort of way, and I'm scared but excited, but it's mostly scared. just have to pick this up tomorrow. Sorry. But yeah. I guess I don't have too much more to say on the topic of meaning and value and objects and things. I remember when we were like collectively first starting to get used to this idea of materialism. I mean, I guess that's like ancient, you know, but I remember learning about it. Being like, okay, cool. So like we have words for these things. That's encouraging. If we didn't have words for these things that bother us about ourselves, we'd be in a much worse place. But having words for something is really encouraging. It means we have like identified it as an existing thing.